What's going on, everybody? It's Jan 103 here, and I need to talk about some things. But first off, because I didn't do it in the last video and I felt extremely bad about it, Nelson Mandela passed away this week, and I understand everyone was all worked up over the Paul Walker thing, and since that guy was a movie star, Nelson Mandela changed a whole country. He healed a nation. Now, granted, it wasn't the United States, but he is a legend. And, the world lost one of the great human beings, especially of the last generation, but of this time. A lot of people, can read up on his accomplishments and his words of tolerance and everything and forgiveness. But anyway, Godspeed, Nelson Mandela. And I made a couple of mistakes in my last video. I didn't mean, I forget who I said that was injured or out. That's Brendan Bauer, and Walter Thurman is out, not freaking. I forgot who I said. Anyway, my mistake, Hawks fans. You guys definitely freaking came at me. And also, I had a nice little discussion, and I was wrong about Weish. It was Dave Tiger Johnson that coached the Cincinnati Bengals over Bill Walsh. So, yeah, a lot of teams got bad information from Paul Brown about Bill Walsh because Paul Brown wanted to keep Bill Walsh around. But anyway, since I'm done with that now, done with housekeeping, keys of the game. I'm gonna take this a little bit from I think Boogie does it, and a couple other guys do it. But this is a big game for the Seahawks and 49ers. A little bit more for the 49ers, and I've admitted that. 49ers playoff hopes are. Of course, a little bit more, needful at the moment than the Seahawks. Seahawks already knocked themselves into the dance. So, of course, speaking for a 49ers fan, there's going to be a lot of 49ers thing. Seahawks fans are going to talk about what they need to do to win, and you guys can have fun with that. So this is for the 49ers, keys to victory. Number one really needs to be try to establish the front. We really need to get a good push off from the offensive line because we're really going to need to occupy the linebackers. I was watching a little bit of playbook, and the examples they were giving of why Seattle had a really good job. They did a really good job in week 2 against the run. So the best thing to do is to try to, we're gonna have to have our fullbacks and tight ends being able to clog up the linebackers to get Frank Gore free. Now, Frank Gore can beat a guy one-on-one, but it's really hard to do that consistently. So, the offensive line really needs to get a good push up front, really needs to establish the line of scrimmage, and keep the front four of Seattle, which is a very good front four, tied up. They really do. And oh, by the way, as you can see, I've got a beard. I am in the Air National Guard, guys, so I just got done with work. So that's why I'm wearing the watch cap and everything. Because it's fucking cold here in Knoxville. The rains hit a couple days ago, and it got fucking cold. Anyway, number 2, Cap needs to follow his progressions. He's done a really good job the last few weeks of seeing the open receiver, hitting the open receiver, and sometimes making a play, letting Anquan Bolden, make his play when the progression's there. When he's tied up, don't make the risky throw. However, especially with Anquan Bolden, you can throw back shoulder on him when he's tied up with a cornerback, and he knows how to shield his body. Also, thing that helps this, Michael Crabtree being in there, not because of his offensive threat, most likely, because you're going to have to put a man on him. And if you don't cover him, that's when he's going to have a big play. I mean, hurt or not, he's still a dynamic wide receiver, and nobody can deny that. The last one for the offense, receivers are going to have to create separation. They're going to have to find some way to get free of Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, and your secondary of Seattle. They are very good at playing press coverage, aggressive press coverage. They are probably the best back four in the league on press coverage, on man up, jamming you and throwing you off timing routes. So, what's a great way of doing that? Putting men in motion, not focusing on the timing routes. Timing routes are going to have to be something that we're going to have to play with, and sometimes when the timing route's not there, we're going to have an escape plan, which I hope that Roman will use Kaepernick with rollouts. I think that'd be a very effective way to help challenge this defense. What I'm saying, challenging. We need to have these corners actually cover for more than 4 seconds. Give our receivers time to break away and be able to create separation. There's going to be times when Sherman and Chancellor and all these guys are going to be pressed up on them, and they're going to be able to get some holding in and some there, which is completely legal. Within 5 yards, you can mug the dang guy all you damn want. So why not use that? Also, using Frank Gore in the passing game, having him roll out, using him, having him one-on-one with a linebacker will be a great way for getting the offense moving and creating some of these first downs, because that's the one thing the 49ers offense did not do in Seattle, which was create more first downs. 49ers have to create first downs. Got to keep the ball moving. Keep the offense of the Seattle Seahawks off the field and put pressure on them. Because yes, they have trouble coming back from leads. They did an excellent job against Houston, but also Houston helped them a lot in that game. So, must keep out in front of them, and let our defense play with the aggressiveness they have shown. On defense, best thing to do, stop the run. They're gonna have to stop the run. We're gonna need Ahmed Brooks to be 100% playing lights out, have Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis being able to have room. So the front three of McDonald or Gerard Eddy, Glenn Dorsey, and of course Justin Smith are going to need to clog up some of those players, take some of those double teams, so let the linebackers run free, because we're going to need to be able to stop Marshawn Lynch. Once you stop Marshawn Lynch, it's going to put more pressure on those wide receivers, put more pressure on Baldwin, put more pressure on Tate, and make Russell Wilson have to go through some progressions and have to make the tough throws. Second thing, contain Russell Wilson. They're going to have to keep Russell Wilson inside the box. You're going to have to keep him from running around, because once he starts running around, he's going to be very tough to stop, and our corners don't do very well when they have to wait and they have to cover and they have to cover and they have to cover for 10, 15 seconds when a play breaks down like that. It's really hard for any quarterback in the National Football League with the caliber of wide receivers. So what the 49ers need to do is corral and make Russell Wilson throw the ball away. Make Russell Wilson take the short throws and make those tackles. You're going to have to keep him in this box. You can't let him run around, because once he's run around, he becomes a completely more dynamic quarterback, and his pass rating just goes out the freaking roof. He's an amazing quarterback on the run, and he's been doing a lot, but he's also very short. So you need to keep him in that box, so those mountain men, he's going to have trouble throwing over. Obviously, that's the best way to control him, is by keeping him inside that tackle box. Then the last thing, got to get some turnovers. Don't know how. I know Marshawn Lynch don't cough up the ball a lot, but the defense is gonna have to find a way to either get at least 1 or 2 turnovers. I'm not asking for interceptions. I'm not asking for fumbles. Just somehow turn the ball over. 4th downs, something. Get the ball into the 49ers offense's hands and keep Seattle from scoring points. Because this is going to be a tough game. Points are going to be at a premium. We all understand that. We all know that Seattle's defense is really good. We all know 49ers defense is really good. So the offenses are going to have some difficulties. So when you do get a turnover, and here's the last thing, this is kind of be more of a special teams thing also. when the 49ers have a chance to score, they need to go down and score touchdowns. Because once again, I said, touchdowns are going to be at a premium. So these big chunk plays are going to be tough to get. And so when you do get a chunk play, or you do get a play, you get a momentum shift, or you do get something like a turnover, 49ers are going to need to drive down there and score some touchdowns. That puts immense pressure on everybody on Seattle's team. It's going to put pressure on Wilson. That's going to put pressure on Marshawn Lynch. That's going to put pressure on their defense. And, when teams start pressing a little bit, they start making mistakes. So these are, just some of the, I think, are keys to the game. Obviously, for Seahawks, you guys just need to, pretty much do the game plan of week 2. Stop the run for the 49ers, contain Colin Kaepernick, and just, grind out a win. It's an effective strategy. It's the same thing the 49ers use. So I'm actually expecting a really good game. Do I expect the 49ers to win? Absolutely. All joking aside, it's been a really fun hate week, guys. I've actually really enjoyed it. I think this type of weeks like these bring out the best in some of the vid makers. When Pigpen comes out, when 24/7 Seahawks throws out 3 videos, and you know what? He came out swinging, and I love that. Hawks Nest 1977 came out swinging. Seahawks Briseño brought weapons to this party. Seahawks Night, Super Rookie. Rod English, I think it is. Shouts out to that guy. I know I haven't talked about him. I fortunately have not watched your videos yet. I know I'm getting to it. Sorry, I've been really busy. Drill weekends for me and the guard are very, very busy for me. I wake up super early, come home super late. But anyway, I'm actually really excited for this game. And may the best team win, everybody. Anyway, this is Gerald with you signing out. Go Niners.